Good evening and welcome to the Action Popcast for another episode of Real Impact. Thank you for joining us this evening. I am Nick, APD, and to the side of me I have the one and only, our cat, OnlyVadersgirl. Before we say hello to you lot, I'm going to say hello to a cat. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You're looking sharp this evening.
I know. You know the difference between you and I, Nick?
Nope.
I make this look good.
Oh, nice reference. I'll give you that one. I will give you that one. There we go. See, this is parallel thinking because we didn't really discuss this, did we?
No, we kind of were like, oh, it'd be cool, but I was like, I don't have anything, and then I just kind of threw it together this morning, so it worked out.
Yeah, I love that. Before we get into chat though, Jason, Nick got burned. Yes, Nick did get burned. Nick absolutely did get burned. But anyway, how's your week been, Kat?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's the week before my kiddo gets out of school, so just kind of finishing that up, but it's been a better week, so thank you.
That's good. And my week's been the typical, usual, there you go week. But I tell you what I'm thinking we should probably do. We've got a few in at the moment, so I'm sure more will come, and as they do, we'll say hello to them. But should we say hello to those who were in attendance this evening?
Absolutely, that's why we're here.
Absolutely. Right. Here we go. So, first person in this evening, a newly appointed super spanner is our Jojo. She is saying,
Jojo.
Evening all.
Hi,
She
hun.
has said later on in the chat that she's no idea how to use it. It's like, you got unlimited power, Joe, and you don't know how to use it.
Yeah, that might be good. That might be good.
Well, yeah, it might be good. But
Yeah.
we'll see what she does. We'll see how many people she accidentally bars or puts in timeout this evening.
Yeah.
So if you find yourself being accidentally barred or in timeout this evening, as I say, there's every chance it's Jojo not knowing how to use.
We'll fix it. Well,
yeah, we'll do something about it. Well, Cat will anyway. We were also joined by Mr. Keith Knight, and he's like, Evening, Cat and Nick. And he's also saying hello to Jojo. And I think he went on to say hello to other people. So that's all good. But thank you for joining us, Uncle Keith. Always good to have you in attendance. I bet he is sat at home right now in his suit and black glasses. He loves to dress up, does Keith?
Awesome. He can be part of our little group then.
Absolutely. Or he could just put his, like, I think he's got a Sylvester Cat outfit, like, you know, from the cartoon. That would do. It's black and white. That would work, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely. Would work.
He could go for a bit of that. I mean, if he can send me a picture of him whilst watching this show of him dressed as that cat, I can probably bring it up on the stream. Just saying.
Sweet. I look forward to that.
These things can be arranged. Who else did we have in here? Completely on a tangent here. We've also been joined by Rob H. I know you are Rob. I know who you are, Rob. For ages, I wasn't recognizing who it is. I know Rob. Rob's great. Rob cuts my hair. He makes me look good. You see?
Nice.
Yeah. He has also agreed. Well, he is coming to do an episode of Real Impact.
Awesome.
And the film he's picked, I put this film out there. So I've mentioned this film so many times on Real Impact. And normally when I mention a film that excites people, I get a message or something say, oh, can I do that one? No one bit it, which surprises me because it's a film that I know everyone here loves. So I'm not going to reveal it yet. But yeah, no, Rob is down. Rob is coming on the channel, so you all get to see him.
Fantastic.
It's excellent, isn't it? And that's what we like. Community comes together. We all get to have a chat.
Exactly.
We've also been joined by, and somehow he has returned, Pod Racing Palpatine.
Hey, Palps.
Hello there. Hello, Palps. How are you? You planning any planetary destruction? Very in keeping with the film this evening.
I have it on good authority that he was working in the garden. So.
Wow. Well. I wonder if he got tanned at all today. I was on the beach for a couple of hours today, and I've had to adjust my lighting because I'm like beetroot red at the moment, even with sunscreen. I just go red as soon as I get near the sun.
Wow.
It's not good, is it? It's not good.
No.
But what can you do? Ah, look, there is someone else here. There's someone else here. We have also been joined by Kieran Bull. He says, hello, Cat, Nick, Keith, Knight, Jojo, Rob H, and Pod Race and Palpatine. Hello, Keith. Good to see you, mate. Always good to have you in attendance. Did I just say hello, Keith?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I meant to say hello, Kieran. It's because I read Keith on the blooming thing.
I know.
Kieran, I'm not confusing you with Keith. You are Kieran, but both your names begin with K. I mean, give me a chance. You could be Agent K for all we know.
It's all good.
It's what it is. It's what it is. We've also been joined by Travels and More with Jason, who we already know.
Hey, Jason.
But, he'll get a proper hello. He says, evening all. Guess someone needs to wake up. Oi, Nick, hit that button. Only kidding. Saw your messages. He. There you go. Sending out secret messages, I am. Let me just check there's no one else. Ha. We have got more in. We have also been joined by Adam, the real toy dude. He says, laying in the bath, thought pop by, can't stop, but bonjour. Well, hello. Thank you for joining us anyway this evening, Adam. It's nice of you to pop in and show that you've come and said hello. We do appreciate it indeed. So enjoy your bath and don't get too shriveled in there. Don't spend too long in the bath. We've also been joined by Manga Fandanga. He is here.
Hi, Sai.
Hello, Sai. Good to see you this evening, mate. Thank you for coming along. And last but not least, and I'm sure there'll be more along, and we will say hello as and when, we've also been joined by Rolando. Good evening, Rolando.
Hello.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. What's he saying at the bottom? Oh, we got new comments. What's he saying at the bottom here? Wait. Someone else. I love it. This is what happens. There's more people. Well, it's not the end.
Yep.
We've been joined by Emma C. She says, you're the boss tonight, Jojo. There you go. I don't know if I'd say boss, but you know, she's here. But thank you for joining us, Emma. And we've also been joined by Andy. Hello, dude. Hope you're well. Watching Eurovision with the missus, but lurking in here too. Well, funnily enough, my missus is watching Eurovision as well. So you're not the only person watching Eurovision. Eurovision's really popular over here, Kat. Like really
I've
popular.
I've noticed.
Well, I actually did a stream on Eurovision last year, and I noticed that the audience was slightly down on Eurovision. But what can you do? There's always the rewatch. Always the rewatch.
Yep.
And I don't want to take anyone away from their Eurovision either. But no, welcome to all of you in attendance this evening. What's Palp say? Been building Death Star 3 in the garden, also known as a shaded seating area. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Well, that's our crew for now. And are we going to stick with the sunglasses thing, or are we going to take them off?
I can do whatever because these are actually prescription. So.
Oh, right. So you actually can't see if you take them off. Is what you're saying.
I mean, I switch it, but yeah. So I can do either one.
Let me just have a quick look. No, sorry, I thought something was going wrong on my end, but it's not. It's just me clicking the wrong tab. Anyway, I'm sure everyone is aware that this evening,
secret agent or something.
Men in Black. Sorry,
hello,
kiddo.
Rafi. No, it's all good.
He's like, "What are you doing? Why are you dressed like that?"
Tell him hello. So for the
yes,
super secret important.
Yes, you're interrupting the super secret important. Yeah, you're fine. It's okay.
So for those of you hearing that young voice there and seeing that young man, that is Kat's son, Rafi. He's popped along to say hello. So good to see you, Rafi. Good to see you. Yeah, man.
There you go.
And I will just say a quick hello to our TJC, who has also popped along this evening. Good to see you, Terry. Good to see you. Right. This evening's show, Men in Black, 1997. Little plot summary for those who haven't seen it, although I think it's doubtful that anyone here hasn't seen it. But actually, I know one person who hasn't. So I'm not going to call anyone out. I'm not going to call Andy out for that. I'm just not.
Well, that's nice of you. That's nice of you.
There we go. Men in Black, 1997. Oh, Kat, check you out. You've come straight in with a slide. It's magic. Quick plot summary. New York cop James Edwards is recruited by Agent K to join top secret government agency, the Men in Black, or the MIB, that monitors and regulates extraterrestrial activity on Earth. Rebranded as Agent J, he helps track down a dangerous alien bug who plans to destroy Earth while uncovering the secrets of the universe.
Sweet.
So that is Men in Black. So that puts me. I'm gonna ask you a question, Kat. Put you on the spot. When did you first see Men in Black, mate?
Oh, when it came out. I went to, yes, it was me and a group of my friends. We all saw it together and just, we loved it from start to finish, especially, which we'll get into the music. And then, we had the official video and stuff. So we had to learn the dance, but we were obsessed with it. We loved it.
Oh, that's wicked. So when I first saw Men in Black, I actually didn't see Men in Black at the cinema. I didn't catch Men in Black until when it came out on VHS in the UK. But saw it, absolutely loved it. And I remember I watched it at home. It was me, three of my sisters, mum and dad, 'cause one of my sisters had moved out. And it's probably the only time I ever recall in my life that we put a film on, we watched it, and we immediately watched it again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, we absolutely loved it. And of course, we only had it on overnight rental as well. So we absolutely wanted to make the most of the having the film. So we watched it again. And I believe I got up early the next day before I took it back to Blockbuster. I believe, no, you're all good. You're all good. I believe I got up early the next day to watch it again before I took it back. So I watched it 3 times within a day. And then
That's awesome.
I think in the November for my birthday, I then got it on VHS and absolutely watched it till I almost wore the tape out. I'm just going to take my glasses off because I'm actually struggling. And I say a quick hello to Delvian Seek. Hello, Delvian. Good to see you this evening. So we've rewatched this now, Kat, you and I.
Yes.
I've actually watched it. I watched it last night and then I watched it again this afternoon with my little Jax because he really wanted to watch it. On rewatch, all these years later, 28 years after the fact, I thought the film held up really well. I was very impressed with the special effects and how good they still look.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it?
Oh, I still loved it. I mean, it doesn't look like, sometimes you rewatch stuff and you're just like, oh my gosh, that was like, it's laughable, right? The graphics, because, we'd think at the time, oh my gosh, these are amazing. And then when we actually go back to it, you're like, that was horrific. But no, like, I thought they were practical. They weren't goofy in any way. No, I absolutely loved it, especially that first scene, when they find the alien trying to come over from Mexico and they take him off to the side in the desert and stuff. Like, I think it's all brilliant. So very happy with it still.
Yeah, I absolutely, I watched it and I was like, my goodness, this film is still, like I say, the special effects just still looked good. And I was, when you watch something, you think you can tell they spent money on it back in the day. And I just to jump to a comment of size there. And we will go into this some more. I'm sure MIB started as a comic book. It did, and I will get into that very, very shortly. That's coming up in just a moment. So yeah, it was based on a comic book, details of which I'm going to get to. But just wanted to address your comments. You didn't think I was ignoring you. So this film, it was executive produced by Steven Spielberg. They originally, they wanted to try and get this film made as early as 1992. But for various reasons, Hollywood nonsense, it didn't happen. One cool thing about Steven Spielberg, I will say, is he actually convinced Tommy Lee Jones to come to the project because Tommy Lee Jones took a look at the original script and was like, this is rubbish. And Spielberg said to him, I promise you, we're going for a rewrite. Lean on me, it's going to be a hell of a lot better than what it is.
Yeah.
And interestingly, the director of this film, Barry Sonnenfeld, it is, yes. Sorry, Barry Sonnenfeld. I can't read bloody names. He didn't want Tommy Lee Jones because he'd heard so many bad things about him. And the previous year, he had recorded the Batman film, Batman Forever, with Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
And he very famously had a spat on set with Jim Carrey. Tommy Lee Jones hated Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
so
they didn't get along at all.
Barry Sonnenfeld was like, I don't really know if I want to deal with this guy. And he sort of thought he was grumpy from interviews and things he'd seen, but then worked with him and says that it's one of the best people he's ever worked with, and he absolutely loved working with him. So there you go.
You know, I don't think it would have been a right time if it came out in 92.
No, not at all.
Especially with like the graphics and everything like that. But I don't think I could see 1992 Will Smith in that. I don't honestly think that they would have used him in 92. Honestly, I think it would have been completely different. But I don't even want to think about that, honestly, because it would have not. I don't think it would have worked.
So we will go into the cast in a bit, as we always do. But when you consider Tommy Lee Jones, the original suggestion for him was Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
Which I can kind of see.
Yeah.
It's not that out there, but my goodness, now some Batman fan in the chat. Was it Chris O'Donnell who played Robin in the Batman films?
Yes.
Yes, it was. I didn't write this down, but I remember it. They originally wanted him for Jay, but he turned the role down because he didn't want to be the new sort of sidekick who was learning the job, much like Robin did in the Batman films. So
yeah,
we could have had a completely different Men in Black.
But you know what though? I don't think we would have then had sequels, and I don't think we would have had the cartoon from it. Like, I honestly don't think it would have taken off the ground like it has with 92. I just even thinking about Chris O'Donnell as Jay, like that, I don't like that. I mean, I didn't even like him as Robin, but no, I don't think that would have worked.
And in 92, they did actually want Barry Sonnenfeld, but the reason he couldn't do it is because he was working on another film. So that didn't work out. And they looked at other directors. And basically, they just decided to scrap the idea. I mean, Barry Sonnenfeld, few of his films he's known for: The Addams Family in 91, Addams Family Values 93, Get Shorty in 95.
Yeah.
Wild Wild West 99, another film with Will Smith. And he directed MIB 2 and 3 as well. He's obviously done other films, but the list is quite long, so to make sure we can get through it. The film was written by a chap called Ed Solomon, sorry, what you got to say there?
I'm sorry, this just caught my eye. So I'm sorry to derail, this just caught my eye.
Right, absolutely amazing. And I promise that I'm going to get that picture up on the stream, Keith. I never thought you were going to do that.
I apologize.
No, I'm glad you did.
I couldn't let that pass.
No. Right, so Keith, lean on me, mate. I'm going to get that on the stream in a bit because I've got to get it transferred from here to here, but it's
Awesome.
going to happen.
Also, real quick, hello, Delvian Seek. Thank you for coming. And then we also had Des. Hello, Des. I can't find yours now, Des.
Des T.
But there you go. You found it. All right. Just wanted to say hi and thank you guys for coming.
Oh, we also were joined by Martin from a long time ago as well.
Hi, Martin.
So there you go.
Thank you for coming.
Check it out. Anyway, to get a little bit further down, Ed Solomon, he wrote the script and story. He's known for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Super Mario Bros. In like 1993.
Which is horrible, but I love that too.
Do you know what? It's one of those films I go like that, but if ever I see it, I do watch it.
Of course.
Something about it.
It's because it's like childhood. I'm like, oh, it's my childhood.
He's worked on multiple films, but I only ever give a sort of brief selection. Another notable film, Charlie's Angels in 2000, and Now You See Me in 2013. Now, to what Cy said about this being based on a comic book. Men in Black series was originally a comic by Lowell Cunningham, and it was published by, and I've had to write this down, Aircell Comics, which was later acquired by Marvel. Here's the thing. The comics were a lot darker than the theme of how we fit. Men in Black sort of quite, it's light-hearted, it's funny, it's comedy. It's essentially a buddy cop film. Yeah. Let's call it that. And the difference in the comics were they didn't just investigate aliens. They investigated the paranormal. They investigated zombies. They,
Yeah.
you know, anything we know in media, they investigated it, and they did not want the film to have that the feel of it as dark as that. They wanted to keep it a lot more lighter in tone. And after they released the film, Marvel did release a line of comics which was based very much on the films.
Mm-hmm.
So the comics did change up. So yes, Si, good catch earlier there, sir. It was absolutely based on a comic book series. You got it. Let me just have a quick look before we jump back in. Let's get through. Once we get through these production bits, then we really get into the meat of the subject, you see. Filming period between March and June 1996. Locations of New York, New Jersey, and they used California sound stages. It was released July 2nd, 1997 in the USA and August 1st, 1997 in the UK. Because at that time, we did tend to get films a little bit later.
Yeah.
It's just how it went. Production company was Amblin Entertainment. Oh, there's the Spielberg connection there.
Mm-hmm.
And McDonald Parks Productions. And it was distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing with a runtime of 98 minutes, a budget of 90 million. And here's the eye-watering part. It took worldwide $589.4 million.
That's crazy. I mean, it's good, and I can see why, but that's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. So I'm going to ask you another question.
Okay.
And the reason I'm going to do that is going to give me time to try and get this picture sent across that I really want to
All
get
right.
up on the stream. And then we're going to go back to the comments, or you can jump to the comments. But yeah, sorry, I completely lost myself. So my question to you, were you aware how financially successful this was before researching this film? I knew it was popular, but I didn't realize it was that big.
No, I mean, I know it's done well, especially because of the fact that, I mean, we have several sequels, you know, and then we had a cartoon. So I know it did well, but I didn't know it was, like you said, done that well with it. So it's kind of surprising for me actually with it. But when I was rewatching it, because I forget like a lot of parts, and then all of a sudden I'm like thinking, oh, it's got this part. Where's this part? Oh wait, no, that's the second one. So I keep like kind of switching over, remembering things a little wrong and stuff like that. But it's just a good film, period. Still, so it's not surprising to see how well they've done.
Yeah, I didn't realize it had done as well as it had done. Like I said, I knew it was big, I knew it was popular, but it absolutely exploded. And it's something you said there, and I will come to Rob's comment in just a moment. It was interesting because watching it back last night, it was amazing how many bits of the film didn't happen. And then I realized actually that happened in MIB2 or that happened in MIB3.
Yeah.
So because I hadn't seen it for so long, is that what you were finding?
Yeah, because I kept thinking, oh, it's got this part with the aliens and that, and I was just like, wait, we're past that point. I'm like, where did it go? Oh wait, that's the second one. So, and then there were certain parts that happened in the third one that I'm trying to remember, and I'm like, wait, no, that's not even the right cast. But no, it finally all came back to me with it. But yeah, I see that's the thing is I haven't seen the brand new one with, you know, Thor and his Valkyrie woman in it. But
yeah, no, me neither.
It's easy to get the first three, well, at least the first two, you know, kind of intertwined with their stories and stuff. But
yeah, no, I absolutely haven't seen the new one at all. I just come to Rob's comment. I saw this on my 18th birthday, day of release. There you go. There you go. Rob, you're giving away your age, mate. Now, look, before we get back into the comments, I'll have a quick scour of them. I think, well, Kat's got moderator rights on my StreamYard. She may have seen what I've just uploaded.
I haven't looked.
Earlier in the stream, I did say that Keith could probably dress up as Sylvester the cat because it's black and white. And if he wanted to send the picture in, I would absolutely show it. So for everyone in attendance, this is Keith. This is the man. This is what he's done. If you're listening to this on the audio version on YouTube Music, click to video mode to see this. But here we go. This is...
Okay, Can I just suggest you're just missing your sunglasses? That's the only thing you need to complete your look, but that is fantastic. That is
That is that is absolute top effort
great.
there, Keith.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I think that's the first person to
I love it.
to send a to send a picture in like that while we've been
Wow.
midstream. So thank you very much, Keith. You've certainly given me a laugh. Let's have a look here. Are there any comments?
Yeah.
What's Kieran Pear? Only Titanic and Lost World, Jurassic Park 2 took more at the box office in 97. Well, there you go. Now, I'm not surprised by Titanic taking more.
No.
I didn't realise the second Jurassic Park did as well as what Kieran said, but thank you for the facts. This is why it's good the audience come in and give us bits that we may have skipped over. Palp saying, MIB International, you've not missed much. Now, interestingly, I watched the trailer for this today with Jax because I was showing him the trailers for the films. I knew literally next to nothing about it.
Yeah.
I mean, the trailer doesn't. It's a nothing burger. There's nothing there pulling me in, and I just think.
See, I like
watch
those
it, but
two. They have good chemistry because they work well in Thor, right? Like I thought they were both really good in Thor together, but I don't know. It's not that I'm so used to having Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones as our dynamic duo, so it's really hard to kind of shift it. I mean, it didn't look horrible, but I wasn't going, I have to see that, like the other ones where I'm like, no, that looks really good. I got to go see it. So, maybe eventually if I'm bored.
Yeah, the chances are, because my son absolutely loved Men in Black today.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Do you want to share what you're laughing about with the class?
I was taken back by the comment. Sorry.
Well, one more time in case anyone missed it.
Woo. That was great sightings.
Now, what's Keith put? I'm an alien, chase me. Well, Keith, we're equipped this evening. Don't worry, Kat, every time I put these on, you haven't got a rush to put yours on.
Good. Here, I'll just put them over it. There you go.
There we go.
You see the little nebulizer thing.
I used to have a
neuralyzer, not nebulizer.
No, it's all good. I used to have a neuralyzer that I got in a Burger King like kids club meal when I was younger.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, and I haven't got it anymore. I wish I had it. It was so cool.
I was trying to see if I could get one before the show. They're like expensive. There's like some for like $300-$400. I was like, what? No, that's a hard pass.
Yeah. I'm not sure I want to spend $300-$400. I mean, I did think about bringing down one of Jackson's sonic screwdrivers and just pretending, but I thought, well, there you go.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So, Kat, I'm going to say something now, which is going to lead into something we do every stream. But Rick Baker, absolute movie legend for creating creature effects in movies. He worked on this movie. But this brings us to this episode, and we haven't got a theme tune yet, so do something exciting, Kat. Star Wars Connection! Yay! So it's mine and Kat's belief that in this day and age, you can connect every single film that's been made to Star Wars. It's just what it is. It's like 7 degrees of bacon, Kevin Bacon.
Yep, it is.
Here we go. So Rick Baker, he did the alien effects for this movie. Now, this film is great. This film's great because it had practical effects. It used minimal CGI, which is why I believe it still stands up today. Yeah. Right? But Rick Baker designed many of the Cantina aliens in Star Wars. And I say Star Wars, the Star Wars. Star Wars, the first film. Sorry if that upsets many.
It's a new
Star Wars. It's Star Wars. Anyway... And he was also an uncredited, and he was uncredited for it, but he did work on The Empire Strikes Back. Yes, some say A New Hope, some like me just say Star Wars. No hate to either side of the fence, but I'm a Star Wars guy. Here's another connection. I don't know if you picked up on it, Kat, but on the screen in the MIB headquarters for Known Aliens, did you notice George Lucas on there?
You mean like when they were doing the videos of them?
When he goes up to the screen with and Bob.
No, because I always laugh.
Sorry about
at
that
the
noise.
other
That's
one.
the alien's name, by the way. And Bob.
Sure it is. No, I have to go back and look at that because I always look at the other ones or I always think of is Michael Jackson in this one or no, it's the other one. But no, I didn't notice that one.
So apparently something Carla told me this evening because she's been seeing Men in Black stuff popping up on all her feeds now because I've been like all on the computers of it. Apparently MJ did want they offered MJ a small part, a small thing in Men in Black, but he wanted a bigger role, so he turned it down. And also there were problems with him having a tour at the same time as well. So, but yes, MJ did appear in the second Men in Black film. Yeah. Now, I will say that also spotted on that screen by and Bob. That's his name.
Sure. Okay.
It is. You know, he goes up to him and he introduces them. I couldn't name them all because some of them were American celebrities I don't know, probably from sports and things. But you also had who I knew: Sylvester Stallone, Steven Spielberg, which the whole Amblin, the producer of the film Connection, Danny DeVito, and I believe you also have the director of the movie as well. So there you have it. Now, something else in the Star Wars theme. Now, I listened several times to this bit, rewound it back this evening. Now, apparently, the worm guys in the coffee room, the guys, hey, Kay, isn't it, right?
Yep.
Apparently, the language they can be heard speaking when they leave the cantina scene and when they're walking through with the cigarettes as they're trying to escape the planet is Huttese, as in the language that Jabba the Hutt speaks. And they did say a word in it, which I can't pronounce at all, but it did sound very... It sounded it.
When I was listening to him, I was like, I swear I've heard that before. Like, not just, from the movie, but I'm not surprised because I knew, I was like, I know it from somewhere. I don't know where, but that makes sense now that it's Huttese. So that's awesome. Yeah,
no, I was running it back and when you just sort of, you recognize the word, like it, they said something that was said in Return of the Jedi. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was like, yes, I can hear it now. Yeah. But some people dispute that fact, but my ears and what I heard today, and you're saying now it's clicked to you,
you can't really argue with, autistic ears. So it picks up extra stuff that people don't hear unless you turn up the TV, to hear certain things. We used to turn up the TV really loud because we didn't have surround sound back then, to hear something, to catch something that they would slip in a Disney movie or something. So yeah, for sure. But now when you watch back, you can totally hear it that it's Huttese for sure, which I love.
Let me, I definitely heard, I believe I heard words from Return of the Jedi. Other Rick Baker movies, not all of them. It is a vast list. He is a legend in this field. American Werewolf in London, Harry and the Hendersons.
Yep. Harry and the Hendersons, yeah.
Yeah. The Nutty Professor, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Planet of the Apes 2001, The Wolfman, Coming to America, the Thriller music video, Batman Forever.
Listen,
and the list is a lot longer than that, but
he's amazing. Let's just put that out there. Like all the movies he's done, I've never seen a movie that I've hated of him or I'm like, oh, that wasn't a good movie. I think he's done amazing stuff. So,
well, we've already sort of gushed about how well the special effects have stood up today. The only effect that looks slightly dated to me is when Jay is getting waved around the car by the like. Yeah. But even then, it didn't look terrible. I've seen worse.
No. Oh yeah. Because you could tell that's a blue screen greasing, whatever, it looks out of place, but it's still very smooth. It's still, it makes me chuckle because when that part was coming up, I'm just like, he's going to get smashed and he doesn't know, it looks believable. So,
well, even to the point of the little alien that sticks up in his face, that little cute alien. But the reason I believe this works
Oh, I
so
didn't know
well is
that.
you know, the little alien that he gives birth to, six in his face.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if we had a lag
I
there or I just
I
wasn't
think
listening.
my computer lagged a little bit, so it cut you off, and then I was like, "What?" But it makes sense now what you're saying. I'm good. Sorry.
Gotcha. Wow, America to England, there's going to be a bit of lag.
Right. Yeah.
But also, Industrial Light and Magic handled the visual effects. So you got ILM,
Yeah.
you know, you got ILM on it as well, and Rick Baker.
Yeah.
You've got the best of the
Mhm.
best, and 90 million back in 96, around the time they'd have been filming it. I guess we've already said. You've got a winning combination, which is why it holds up today, and it's the right balance. It's
Yeah.
Even the alien at the beginning when they catch the illegals going over the border,
Mhm.
it's very clever cuts between the practical effect alien to the CGI moments, and that's
Yep.
why it works. So same with the
Yeah.
worms in the kitchen. They're great. That's all practical effects. But
Yep.
then when they're walking through the airport, distance shot, that's CGI, and you're like,
Mhm.
that's how you do it.
Mhm.
Keep it
Yeah.
minimal. It's practical effects, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think, what we talked about it a little bit in another review. Like the worst one was that Bond movie with Pierce Brosnan with the wave. Like it's too much. It's too bad. But there's a great balance that they found. And I think that's what people just need to remember. There's nothing wrong with CGI because CGI is huge nowadays. And sometimes you can't get through movies without it, but for 97, they found a perfect balance for it. So
I'm just jumping to the comments. I'm just having a look
yeah,
through.
absolutely.
I can't remember who it was who said it, but somebody, and thank you for the comment, said that they were loving all the stickers and stuff behind me. That there's lots of stickers and artwork behind me now, but poor Jojo, I will say, Jojo brought me a TARDIS poster, and it's a lovely poster, and it is still there because I always used to have a TARDIS behind me in my old setup, didn't I? Big TARDIS. But it's become covered because so many people in the community have like given me art, given me stickers of their channels and stuff, and now
That's awesome.
I want to show everyone's sort of contribution to the room, but yeah, no, it's all there. So thank you to those who have given me bits and pieces for my background display. Kieran also came in. I didn't see this comment, but we covered it anyway about the alien worms speaking the same language as Jabba the Hutt. So top catch there, Kieran. He also says the alien worms also move like Jabba. So what's that song? Hips like Jagger. They've got hips like Jabba. There we go. Dad joke of the evening.
No.
Rob saying Harry and the Hendersons is also called Bigfoot and the Hendersons here. Things don't always travel the same. I didn't know that.
I did not know that either. I just watched it the other day because I love that movie and I was showing Rafi. I was like, because I'm obsessed because I saw Bigfoot in real life. Anyway, I didn't know there was a TV series, but I don't think Bigfoot and the Hendersons have the same hit as Harry and the Hendersons, but good to know.
Emma C here. I'm just waiting for the day Ed the Duck appears in the broom cupboard with him. Right. And this is another thing I'm going to say, and I've admitted this before. One of the inspirations of my setup is the broom cupboard. I'm not taking the mick here from the BBC, with all the stickers and the drawings and stuff. And on that note, as we're going down that route, that was a perfect segue, that comment. So Jax wanted me to show this, and I won't get away with it. He drew this evening one of their MIB clear-up vehicles that he wanted me to show on stream. So there you go.
That's awesome.
There you go, Jax.
Good job,
when you
Jax.
watch this back, thank you very much, mate. It is you got shown. Your picture got shown. So thank you, dude.
Yes, thank you.
What's that? Si? I thought that was Ed the Duck. Or Gordon the Gopher. Blimey. Anyway. Right. And Kieran said just as long as it's not Gordon the Gopher. Right. Anyway. UK, things happened.
Yeah.
Poor Gordon. Poor all those animals and creatures. They were puppets. As Brian Connolly used to say on the show, it's a puppet. Anyway, deep cut for those who aren't from the UK. Let's see where we are at. Right. Well, we've got to discuss the cast and crew. We've already obviously mentioned that Will Smith is in this as Agent J. Most famous for things such as the Chris Rock slap, keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
What else was it? Independence Day, 1996, the day before. Bad Boys, Wild West. How many wilds did I want to put in there? Ali, iRobot, Hitch, I Am Legend, King Rich. He's done loads. He's Will Smith. He's been everywhere. He's had a very successful rap career. It's Will Smith. And as I say, you know, also famous recently for his hijinks at the award show.
Yep.
So
Palps added Hancock as well.
Hancock.
I forget about that one. Yeah.
Oh, dude, if I had the list of all of Will Smith's projects, we'd just be going for ages.
Yeah.
That's why I only ever pick, I tend to pick ones I've seen. That's what I tend to do.
Yeah.
Not always.
He's been in a lot of great ones. Yeah.
Yeah, no. And then we also, Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones is in The Guy from The Fugitive, not Tommy Lee Jones, the guy who married Pamela Anderson. So thank you, Kat, bringing up the slides. I always forget. So there.
It's cool. I just kind of forgot.
So do I. Now, you see how easy it is to actually forget to use the slides.
Yeah.
So we got Will Smith up there with Tommy Lee Jones. Also Vincent D'Onofrio playing Edgar, or the bug, the cockroach.
The bug.
Best, most standout role in the movie, in my opinion. And apparently in the industry at the time, people were absolutely blown away by his physical acting capabilities of this, because all the movements, the juddering.
Yes. Even because he completely changes. You know, when he walks in, like, you feel that change. I thought he was phenomenal. Like, and even, you know, with his effects on him and stuff like that, it's totally viable, and it's not hokey. You know, it's very no, that's an alien in a suit, 100%.
So, to be honest with you, when I thought for years until we researched this that once he became the Edgar suit, that it was a different actor. But no, it was Vincent D'Onofrio from the role where he's being quite nasty to his wife.
Yep.
To your proposal is accepted.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
But things he's famous for, Full Metal Jacket. I'm not going to talk any more on that because I will spoil the whole stream. But just talking about it forever and then ruining an upcoming episode. There you go. Spoiler alert. The Cell, Law and Order, Criminal Intent, the TV series. Famously playing Kingpin in the Daredevil TV series and other Marvel projects now.
Yeah.
Jurassic World. He has done so much stuff, but Vincent D'Onofrio, absolutely, I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly, brilliant.
Yes.
Everything about him. And the way, as the film goes on, you know, from the first bit where it goes, yeah, is that better?
I love that part. I love that part.
It's so good. But the way he decomposes more and more as the film goes on, and his movements get everything about it, even when he's trying to lean in the truck and he's like, and when he walks out of the restaurant and he's like,
he's tried it. I'm normal.
he's incredible. Absolutely brilliant. I don't know if you want to bring that slide back up, Kat, while I just quickly jump through some of the other cast.
Yep.
Look at that. So yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio there, top right hand corner, as Edgar the Bug. Bottom screen there, we also have Linda. Where is her full name? I've lost it. There you go. Linda, that's because I can't pronounce her name, so bear with me. Fiorentino. Whatever, however you pronounce that.
Just call her Linda. It's fine.
Linda, Fiorentino. That'll be the insane asylum phoning to collect your cat.
I know. That's fine. They'll wait.
She plays Dr. Laurel Weaver. And here's the thing that blew me away. She is now 67 years old. And I've put
I
in brackets
know.
on my notes, age 67, now WTF.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because
Listen, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, say what you got to say, Kat.
I was just gonna say, looking back at all of our, actors that we've loved, growing up stuff and seeing like them now, I'm like, oh, we're all getting old. I don't like it. Like it really bothers me. But that was all. Oh. Okay. All right. I can't hear you. Did I do something or is it you? Because I can't hear you now. I can't. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear you at all. Oh, okay. Somebody in the chat just said you've gone quiet, Nick.
How's that?
Okay, perfect. I can hear you now.
Well, my apologies there for absolutely for that.
Oh, it's all good.
What I did, I wasn't aware I was muted because you can mute yourself on StreamYard, but I accidentally, with one of the control functions on my keyboard, muted my audio interface, which doesn't appear, which doesn't show you like on StreamYard. It goes, you are
No.
muted.
I know. That's why I was like, oh crap, what did I do? All right.
Sorry, so my apologies there. There you go. That's the joy of a live stream.
Yeah.
We won't edit any of that out for the audio version because one, I can't be bothered, and two, here we go. It was blissfully quiet while it lasted. So, did you hear me talking about films that Linda was on?
No, because you.
Okay.
No.
So, Linda, Fiorentino, The Last Seduction, Jade, Vision Quest, Liberty Stands. Now, the film on there which I knew her for most was Dogma. That's the film that I know the most. That's the film where I have to say I had a bit of a crush on her in that film. So to see that she's 67 now,
she's still gorgeous. Like I've never seen her not think, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous or not gorgeous. Like she's beautiful. So
yeah. I'm just looking at all the comments here. And thanks, guys. Do you know it is genuinely helpful when people in the comments let us know if someone goes quiet because we don't always know. So thank you for the heads up.
Yes, thanks. Rob.
So yeah, guys, thanks for that. Back now. See, honestly, I'm not taking the mick. When stuff like that happens, let us know because we don't always know.
Yep.
And also, I need to stop leaning on my keyboard. I've set up all these control functions and I've leaned on it. I'm an idiot.
Nah, it happens. Not a big deal.
Jojo, I don't know if did you already bring that up? It was blissfully quiet while it lasted. Was that what you brought up? Yeah. Brilliant. Des T coming in there with a sick burn. That's harsh, Jojo, but true. Des, do you see behind me that amazing sticker I've got? Because it's Star Wars. I'm repping the Des T brand, man.
He's gonna switch it out, Des. Watch out.
Although I will say, Des, next batch you do, can you do a matte set of them that doesn't have the shine? Because my camera's got a tracking feature on it and I have to turn it off because of the light. Something about your sticker makes my camera go mad.
It doesn't like it.
Adelvian saying Dogma, yep.
Yep.
Oh dear, Jojo. Oh dear, the people are just being mean to me. I'm sure you could craft something, Jojo. Des, because Jojo sends just to work for me from time to time, basically saying I'm a nightmare, and it's nice when it's peaceful. Yeah. There you go. Oh, I don't know.
There was one I wanted to pull up real quick here. Terry said, "Great artwork from your boy Nick." So, shout out to your kiddo.
Thank you very much, TJC. Well, he will watch this back, and he'll appreciate your kind comment there. And he likes to draw things for the show, and I'm like, why wouldn't I want to show that?
Absolutely, it was awesome.
I'm going to bring up Kieran's comment because it's going into the next note I've got down here. So it just
Okay.
reminds me. Linda was supposed to be in Men in Black 2, but apparently Tommy Lee Jones didn't get on and insisted that she be written out of the sequel.
Mm.
Now, I've heard that, and I've also heard that she was just a bit of a nightmare on set as well.
Yeah.
So there's whatever it was,
Yeah.
she'd be pissing people off. So she
See,
wasn't in the sequel.
you can't do that. You can't, but that just goes to show not everybody's, a decent person. But yeah, you can't be doing that.
No, you hear it all the time because I actually caught the sequel. So the reason we're doing this is because I actually watched the sequel on Sky the other night, and me and Kat are like, we got to do a thing, and I phoned her up and said, we got to do one, Men in Black. We were like, yeah. So I watched it in the wrong order, and they very quickly explain it out. Agent so and so wanted, one line got rid of her just like that.
Yeah. But then we did get some other great cameos from his other partner and stuff like that, which I absolutely love. So, it worked
100%.
out. It worked out.
Yeah. So, and there we go. There is other cast members. I'm not going to go into a huge thing. Tony Shalhoub as Jack Jeeves, the guy head exploding. Barton Fink, Galaxy Quest. This is the reason I listed him because we've done the Galaxy Quest stream before. Spy Kids, Monk. And Tim Blaney as the voice of Frank the Pug. And the reason I put this down is because he voiced I believe he voiced Johnny Five in Short Circuit and Short Circuit 2. Yeah. And he was in all the Men in Black sequels as voice roles. And he's been in several Muppets projects, movies and TV shows. So very prolific in that field. What I will do, though, just to bring him, I don't know if you did, but I will bring up this slide here because why not? We've made it. And there is Frank the Pug. So he's great.
He is.
Sorry, go ahead, Kat.
No, I just love when they show up and Will Smith's so confident, he knows which one is the alien. And he's like, that's not much of a cover. And then all of a sudden the dog talks and he's like, what? I love it.
That's a great scene. And you've got the leader of the Arquillian, a member of the Arquillian royal family, the guy in the move away face, the
body.
little alien.
Yeah. Can I just say how amazing the scene is? It is so believable. To me, it's because it's just, I absolutely, I thought this scene was just really well done. Because, looking back again with fresh eyes, now I don't see any flaws with this movie. And this is just, it's one of my favorite scenes. It's just well done. So. Very cool.
Yeah, it is a great scene, and the practical effect and the puppetry, because that's not CGI there.
No,
I mean there's CGI on Frank's mouth for that scene to make his mouth move, but
of course,
I'm guessing it was a model, like a model puppet or something when he was shaking him.
They always do some kind of stuff when it comes to that kind of, for animals so they don't get in trouble.
Let me have a look there. And obviously I did have Rip Torn in my notes. I'm so sorry that I skipped past him. Rip Torn, bit of a legend, also appeared in David Bowie's The Man Who Fell to Earth. I did have Rip Torn in my notes, but I did skip past him. Sadly, no longer with us. He passed away. He died the 9th of July 2019. But now we've brought him up, only fair to bring up a few of his films: Defending Your Life, Dodgeball, the Larry Sanders Show 92 to 98, and he was in RoboCop 3. So cheers for flagging Rip Torn there, because he's absolutely excellent, Kieran.
I think my favorite is Dodgeball of him. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. He's brilliant at it. Every time somebody says his name, that's the first movie I think of him.
Well, let me speak on something then before we get, because the next section I'm going to go into the music, because the music in this film is iconic. But something I loved about this film, I love the scene with him where that ball's smashing around MIB and it's and he just moves his head like it's nothing.
It's just another normal day at work. Yep.
And the other thing I love in this film, and it made me laugh both times I've watched it in the last day or so, is the bit where Will Smith's like, you picked me, you recognized the skills, and I don't want to be called junior sport or whatever. And Tommy Lee Jones says, well, Well, that's okay, Slick. Straight away in with it.
Mhm.
But right now, your skills mean precisely dick. And all through the film, did you pick up on it every time they refer to Jay?
Yes.
Slick, Junior.
Yep.
And I was like, every time I was like, that's so funny.
Yeah, he's just at one point because they're in the office when he was gonna go check on the guy, having the baby while he was coming out, and he's just staring at him like, okay, all right, called me all the names I told you not to. All right, yeah, I love it.
Well, I mean, jumping a bit further back in the film, I mean, Will Smith's great in it. I mean, I absolutely love the bit where he goes to MIB. I mean, he chases the guy down at the beginning, and that alien who jumps off the roof, but it's the bit where Tommy Lee gets him to go to the MIB and he's doing all the tests. And you've got all those absolute decorated people there from all these different military branches. And he's the only one who had the smarts to pull the bloody table over.
Right? Yeah.
And his explanation about, that guy was just working out how to get someone
He's
busted
not
my ass on
snarling.
the treadmill.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that guy's not snarling. He's got tissue in his hand.
He's sneezing. He's got allergies. Yeah.
Little Susie, she's only 9 years old in the middle of the ghetto with a quantum physics bit. She's up to some serious shit.
Right. But you see like
Good
Rip
shot,
Torn,
though.
he's totally like smirking like, oh, he's the only one that caught it, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
And it's such a good thing of there's that, and that's the comedy in the film. There's a lot of comedy in this film, but it's not in your face funny. I love subtle comedy where it just flows. It's not forced. It doesn't feel fake, which I will say the sequels are a little bit guilty of going for the laugh a bit hard rather than just letting it happen with dialogue, and just my opinion. So yeah. Kat, we need to talk about it. We do.
Okay.
The music of this movie.
Okay. We can do that.
So, do you want to do the slides? Check it out. Check it out. So, before we go into the composer of this movie, very famous composer, let's go into the absolute phenomenon of a song that was Men in Black by Will Smith. This song was #1 in so many countries. It was Will's first solo single from the album Big Willie Style, which I absolutely owned. Did you own it, Kat?
Yes.
Who didn't own that?
Pretty much.
It was great. It was released as the lead single from the movie soundtrack. It sampled the song Russians Forget Me Nots. Absolutely incredible. The famous music video you can see there where he dances with the alien from the start of the film.
Yep.
There's a little story. Now this is let me just pop this down a moment. So in the film, they wear I'm not wearing Ray-Bans. I'm too cheap. These are just generic whatever sunglasses from a garage, right? But they actually spray painted out. They were Ray-Bans they were wearing. And they actually spray painted the logo out because they wanted the glasses to keep the all black aesthetic. Now, it's rumored that this upset Ray-Ban. And the reason in the song, he says the line about the Ray-Bans, he said that to appease Ray-Ban. And that's apparently why I did it. However, people argue that fact online and say that's a bit of an urban myth. But I've known that fact for years, and it kind of makes sense. And with Hollywood, I always think that's exactly the sort of thing they would do.
Yeah. You gotta make some of your sponsors and the people that you work with happy by plugging their stuff. It's kind of like when they changed the Godzilla in 1984, and the American version has Coke all over it. You know what I mean? Like they got to put in their placement somewhere to appease people. So I would believe that he added that to the song for that reason. Absolutely.
I mean, this single, it went to #1 in loads of countries, but in the UK, it was #1 for 4 weeks. In it also peaked at #1 in Australia, France, several other European countries. It reached #1 on the US Billboard Hot Rap Singles and #2 on the Billboard Hot 100. This song was huge, absolutely massive.
It was everywhere for us, especially, we had a lot of parties and stuff like that. Like, it was at every party several times because everybody wanted to do the dance. I remember, being, with my friends, we'd sleep over. What would we be doing at night? We'd be learning this dance. Like, it was everywhere. It was such a huge thing for us. Yeah.
What's that? I'm just going to jump back to a comment. What's Pat's putting there?
Oh,
When
yeah.
Agent J spits Mrs. Edgar's lemonade, it's because he tastes it because Edgar has eaten all the sugar from everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I didn't make that connection, but
Mhm.
absolutely. There's no sugar in the house
Yeah.
because give me sugar in
I-
water.
I do like too that he tries to give her a better, happier memory than what Kate just gives her.
Yeah. In fact, you kicked him out.
You can
And damn, girl, get some decorators in
Get a
here.
facial,
Go to Bloomingdale's,
get a
get yourself some
makeover.
dresses, get
Yeah.
a facial.
Mhm. Yep.
It's just funny.
Yeah.
It's just when he says to Kay, "Hey, when do I get one of those flashy mind eraser things?" When you grow up. And I don't know if you noticed, but in that moment there, Will Smith's got his middle finger,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he's giving him the middle finger while scratching his head.
Hey, have you ever done that to me? No, I'm serious. Have you ever done that to me? No.
Little moments of that. I didn't pick up on that when I first
Mhm.
watched it, but I clocked it immediately. I was like, he's totally flipping him off, scratching his head like
Yeah.
that.
hmm
Those are the comedic bits for me. Yeah, this song, absolutely huge. I will go into the Men in Black album in a minute, but I just need to jump back up in my notes because I went arse about face from what I wrote down. But the composer for this film, Danny Elfman. Now, my goodness, I have covered Danny Elfman several times on this channel in my podcast, in Real Impact. Thursday's show was Shabby, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, also a Danny Elfman musical film. The guy is absolutely iconic. I'm not going to stick too much on what he's done because we've covered it before, but we'll be going back over it on Thursday. But yeah, The Simpsons theme tune, all 4 MIB films, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which we're covering on Thursday. Nice plug. Batman Returns, Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, The Nightmare Before Christmas, which I have a whole Action Pop cast episode on. Check it out after this if you want to hear how bad my audio used to be. Mars Attacks in 1996.
Yeah. I forgot he did that one.
Yeah. I love that film.
Yeah,
We will
it's
cover
great.
that film one day, Kat.
Yes.
We will.
For sure.
He was in the band Oingo Boingo from 72 to 95. He did vocals and rhythm guitar. It's Danny Elfman, guys. He has got that very distinctive sort of sound. Some people accuse him of using the same sort of ripping bits from other. Why wouldn't he? It's his stuff. If it works, it works. So what I'm going to say to you, Kat, is when I watched the start of the film and you see the bug flying through the air and you've got that epic Danny Elfman composition, did it remind you of Beetlejuice?
I've never watched Beetlejuice. So I can't do it. I just
So anyway, what?
Listen,
Dude, that's on the list of films I want to do with you. You better brush up on that.
Listen, I know who Beetlejuice is. I know you got to say his name a certain amount. I've seen like bits and pieces, but I've never actually watched. It's just not my thing. Like it just wasn't ever a thing. So.
Okay, so Kat, it reminded me of the start of Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Let's move on because you're going to get crucified in the comments for
That's
that
fine.
little statement.
That's fine. That's fine. That's okay.
Right. Jumping back into the comments just to see if anyone's going to give you grief. Please do. TJC, as a side note, I have the original PlayStation MIB game, Nick. It wasn't great though.
No,
do you remember I was chatting to you about that the other day? I said I had that. I finished that game. Terry, I loved that game. I don't know why. I really enjoyed that game when I was younger. I haven't played it since. It is probably absolutely shocking now. But I remember buying a game called Clock Tower for about £4 from like the local cash and carry, go into a game changing, and they gave me like 18 quid credit for it. So I got Men in Black with that game. So I played that game and I loved it. But it probably is shite now, to be honest. We've also been joined by Mr. B.
Hi, Mr. B.
Saying Nick is looking dapper. I think you need to compliment Kat as well, mate.
He
Just
did.
saying.
He did.
Oh, he did. Okay,
Yep,
okay.
he did.
Apologies, Mr. B. May have missed that one. May have missed that.
No,
I
it's
definitely
right here.
missed that one.
No,
And
it's below it.
Mr. B is a popular chat because absolutely everyone's saying hello to Mr. B.
Yeah, Mr. B is awesome.
Something about him sending you a message about an auction, but it's cancelled.
Okay, thank you.
And Mr. B saying hello back to everyone as well. Let me see. What's Palp saying? Not watch Beetlejuice. What? Bring the Death Star. Target Cat's house. Single reactor.
It's cool. I know how to defeat your Palp. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh,
Listen, it's just
dear.
I will explain offline why it wasn't my thing. But yeah, it's just I mean it's
The thing is, mate, the reason I'm not giving you too much grief for it is because I can see why it's probably not your thing. So we'll
Yeah.
move on. But I'm
Yeah,
still going to let
that's
people give
okay.
you a few digs in the
Absolutely.
comments because that's the kind of guy I
That's
am.
fine. It's okay because you know what? I've also learned something else that people don't like. So I mean, it's fine. I could go on about other stuff that they don't like. But anyway, it's fine.
There's
It's fine.
gonna
They can
be
bring it. That's fine.
Beetlejuice themed
Yep.
spiders and stuff soon. We know
Yeah,
what's
that's
happening.
fine. That's fine. It's all good.
But we did have. So we've got a slide here. So this is the Men in Black, the album from the movie, and they also did the separate Danny Elfman, The Score. I'm sure the Fugees did an album called The Score as well.
I think so.
There
Yeah.
you go. They did. That was played for laughs and failed. Now watch the tumbleweed. Anyway, because I was too lazy to type this all out, I went onto the Men in Black wiki and I screenshotted the songs from Men in Black.
Oh.
Now, I can't read that because it's far too small. I'll see what I can do. Snoop Dogg appeared on that album, Genuine, Alicia Keys, The Roots, Trey Kravitz. There's loads of people. I'll leave it up for a few seconds so you can read it. Again, if you're listening to this on the YouTube music audio version, click to video to see the list. And of course, there's Danny Elfman's. To the right, there is a list of the names of the compositions Danny Elfman did. Both absolutely huge. Both did very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
The combination of Will Smith and Elfman, well, absolutely epic.
Yep.
There we go.
It was a great soundtrack.
Yeah. It was, and it still holds up today. That's the thing. There's the theme with Men in Black. The first movie, everything about it holds up today.
Yep. Which is kind of hard sometimes. You know, with certain movies, you think it's going to be good because you haven't watched it in years, and you're like, that was horrible. You're like, why was I into that so much? But
I mean,
no, there's no fault. I can't find, like I said before, I can't find fault with this movie at all. So
I did have the question for you, but we've already answered it with our talk. Did Will Smith's music enhance the film's pop culture presence?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. That's a one-word
you know,
answer for that.
There, you know, with movies, it's make or break. You know, there's iconic songs. You know, you look at John Williams with everything he's done, Superman, Jaws, Star Wars, all these different things. Like, as soon as you hear it, you're just like, oh, you automatically know what it is, and you're right there with it. Same thing with Men in Black's album. Every time I hear a little thing, I'm like, automatically, oh, that's Men in Black. Nope, I have not seen number 2. You were correct in that, Jason.
Yeah. And just for those listening, Jace was saying about Beetlejuice, we weren't talking about number 2 from Austin Powers again. Our last stream, which after this, if you want to check it out, please do. Shameless self-promotion.
Yep. You got
to do it. And I am going to call to arms here. Everyone watching, if you haven't hit the like button yet and you are enjoying this, can you hit the like button? And if you're not subbed and you want to sub, can you sub? Because if I don't say that, after the stream, Kat will say to me, why didn't you ask people to hit the like button and subscribe if they're not subscribed? So there you go, Kat. No telling off for me afterwards.
Nope. You got to do it, so.
Gutster. Right, so should we talk a little bit about a continuation of Men in Black? Well, not a continuation, but a sort of, it is and it isn't. Do you know where I'm going with this, Kat?
The cartoon?
Yep. Indeed. I had to bring my own slide up, Cat. What's going
I
on?
know. How dare I tend to my son? I know. I'm sorry.
I know. Shocking.
How dare I be a
Shocking.
mom for a second?
Exactly. What are you doing? So the Men in
Yeah.
Black cartoon. Actually loved this as a kid.
Me too.
Aired from 97
Yeah.
to 2001. 4
Mhm.
seasons, which is huge
Yeah.
for a cartoon that's spun off
Yep.
from a film like this.
100%.
I believe it, it sort of bridged the gap between this and MIB2. 53 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It is a kids' cartoon, but it's aimed at older kids.
Yep.
I've heard several people online compare the animation style of this to oh, goodness me, there was another Ghostbusters cartoon where they sort of recruited new people.
Yeah.
Forgot. Sorry, guys. You know what I mean? It's the one where they had all the young kids in it. Animation style is not the best, but I think it worked really well.
Yes.
It's still Agent K and J. They're the center. They still got Z. It also featured Frank. I remember that. And it just sort of did expand the MIB universe. It didn't. It's its own separate story from the film, inspired by. But they did a good job, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was. I didn't get time to watch back any old episodes for this one. I probably would have liked to have, but they are on YouTube, I believe. So after this, not now. After this, if you want to watch one,
gotta wait.
go do it. Just stay here for now.
Oh. Is that the one you're talking about? Extreme Ghostbusters?
Extreme Ghostbusters. Yes, that is the one. Thank you, Kieran. You saved the day, sir. Sometimes I just need to write these things down rather than try and remember it all.
Right.
But the notes are so huge.
Yeah.
You think, I'll remember that. Never in a month of Sundays did I think that I wouldn't remember Extreme Ghostbusters, but my brain decided to fail me at that moment.
It's all good.
It happens.
But no, I absolutely love the animation. I remember my brother and I would get excited because you come home from school, you got certain shows you would watch and that kind of stuff, and that was always one of them in the rotation. It was good. I liked it because you also got a lot more aliens too that we didn't get in the show or the movies, so we got them now. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and Kieran. I know, I love that comment from Jason. Kieran, there's also a toy line based on the Men in Black cartoon show. Now, is that the toy line where Agent K had like blue jeans on the figure and they had these really odd poses? And I've had the toys myself.
But I only remember him in a suit. I don't remember the jeans toy. But I also have it. I only looked up a few of them. I didn't look up the whole line when I was, researching stuff. So.
Yeah, it may be. The problem is I've seen, being a toy collector, I've seen so many videos of people reviewing toys. You just get these little snippets of things you sort of remember.
Right.
That could be right. That could be
They kind of
wrong.
meld into one. Yeah.
No point asking you that question because you've answered it. Did you watch the cartoon, Cat?
Yeah.
And do you think it helped expand the franchise to a younger audience? I think we've answered that, haven't we, really?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, when you're a little kid, what do you love? You love aliens and you love that kind of science fiction stuff, just like we loved it in Star Wars. We've seen all those crazy creatures in the cantina. So it was just a different type, but I absolutely loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Electric
Aliens. We are the generation of kids who loved Aliens. Aliens was everything. It was everywhere.
Yep.
And then there have been the sequels, which we've sort of already touched on in this. Men in Black in 2002. We've already said that Linda didn't return.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Don't upset people on set. It received quite mixed reviews, wasn't as well received as this film. It had a lot to live up to.
It did. I think Johnny Knoxville's character he really annoyed me. His little separate thing from the backpack. Like,
I hated him in that, mate.
I didn't care. I liked what is it, Serena? She didn't bother me, but Johnny Knoxville's character.
She could have been in the whole film.
Exactly. He is what annoyed me the most in it. But I do think though, they redeemed themselves in the third one. I absolutely loved the third one.
Well, there you go. You have Men in Black 3 in 2012. So quite the jump. 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
That's why I was a little afraid because, sometimes they wait too long for sequels or whatever. But I think they did it really well. So,
Well, they did the whole time traveling thing, and Josh Brolin was playing the young Agent K, and Josh Brolin was brilliant as a young Agent K.
Yes.
I'm not going to say too much on it because I haven't seen it for a couple of years, but I do remember he goes back and touches someone about the life of Kay and bringing it full circle. But I genuinely enjoyed MIB 3. Is it as good as the original? Hell no. It's not going to be, but it's a lot better than MIB 2. And I mean, watch MIB 2 if you haven't seen it. Absolutely. Watch them all.
Yeah.
But number 3, much preferred. Really like number 3. Really, really good. And we've already mentioned Men in Black International from 2019.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson, the Valkyrie, and Thor.
Yes. Thanos as young Tommy Lee is great. Yes, I agree. Yeah.
He is.
That's the thing is sometimes you take a chance with, another well-known actor playing. Like, it's not easy to play Tommy Lee. You know what I mean? He's a phenomenal guy. So I think he's very believable as a young one for me, young K. So
He is, yeah. I mean, Pap says young Thanos. I say Cable, Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
It's he's done loads, hasn't he? But he did really, really well. But back on International, haven't seen it. I can't. I'm only going by the reviews, and the reviews say it's shocking, and people have said as much in the comments tonight.
Yeah.
I will watch it. It doesn't look fantastic. I mean,
It looks okay. I mean, when I saw it, like I said, I didn't get excited. I wasn't going, yes, I have to. I was just like, oh, another one. Okay. Maybe. That was it.
So that leads me to this question for you then. Do you think that they should have... We haven't seen it, so it's a bit unfair, but do you think it should have stayed as a trilogy? And do you think that any sequels should have been a complete reboot, or should we keep the established continuity of the universe we know? And what are we doing here, Kat? Do we need more sequels?
No. It's hard because, like you said, we haven't seen it. So it's hard to see like how it really connects with the 3 that we have.
Hey,
But
Ricardo.
Hi, Ricardo. But I feel like they wrapped it up in the 3rd one, and that there was no need to go for more. Now, how they did it, how they connected it in the 4th one, I don't know. It's kind of hard to see that, but I feel like they waited way too long for another one. That era kind of passed with it, like. So I think it seems like with Hollywood is they're just remaking everything. Let's just remake things, or let's make this. Some of that stuff just doesn't need to be remade. Not everything needs to be a live action. And it's been too long. It's kind of like, which I may get flack for this, with Avatar coming out. It's been like, what, 20 years?
Mm-hmm.
Avatar is great, and I liked the 2nd one, but it's also been a huge... I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's still going to be the same, with it. So I don't know.
Well, given that I've only ever made it halfway through the first Avatar film.
What, you didn't want to sit there for 5 hours?
Bored the crap
I will
out
say
of me.
this.
Sorry, it bored
Listen,
me.
I like 1 and 2. I do. I don't. It's just been so long since for the 3rd one. I don't know.
As it just bored me, but I'll give it another go. It's one of those, isn't it? It's like, and people can take the mick, it's fine. I don't mind. I'll take my licks like Kat does, but there's certain films that just, they don't catch me. And the problem is, Mr. ADHD here, if something doesn't grab me,
right,
there's no chance. I'm just like that. I'm done,
So I'm kind of shocked that they made a 4th Men in Black, but I just, I think there's a few reasons why it didn't do as well. So I'll leave it at that.
I think they were so I did watch a sort of, full disclosure, I watched a short video today. It was about 9-10 minutes long about why it failed.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see what the guy was saying in the video. He was saying that he believes that they thought the chemistry between Hemsworth and Thompson, because of the 4 movies, would be enough.
Right. Yeah.
And it wasn't enough.
No. That's here's the thing. It's a key thing to have chemistry with 2 main actors. You have to have that, because then otherwise it's really awkward, and some things you're just like, this doesn't work. But then you also have a well thought out storyline, because if you don't have that, you don't have anything. And then what's the point of even doing it? And then you got what's happened. It's kind of failed from it. So
Well, look, you can walk into the best restaurant in the world, but if they serve shit pies, you ain't going to eat it, are you?
no, exactly.
The prettiest restaurant going, but you serve shit pie. That's my analogy. Terrible one. I don't know where it come from, really, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
What's this here? They should just write new stuff instead of trying to remake classic franchises. Yeah, and there's very much that. And me and Kat said when we did the Galaxy Quest show, a sequel to that now would feel laboured, forced, and like it felt. But we have this beautiful thing called animation and comics, where graphic novels, where you can absolutely continue the story for those who really want it. And in many cases, it does. But every time we chuck a film, I say we, every time they chuck a film out there, I mean, I have to watch it myself. For instance, everyone told me Thor: Love and Thunder was terrible, right? And I watched it last week. Is it as good as Thor: Ragnarok? No, nowhere near as good.
No.
But it wasn't as terrible as I had it in my head. It was going to be absolutely unwatchable, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
So maybe when I watch this, I'll be, because I'm expecting it to be completely terrible, it won't be as bad as I was expecting, maybe.
Yeah. No, I get that, because there's a lot of critics that'll be like bashing a movie, and then I watch it, I'm like, I loved it. I don't see the problem with it, but you'll like this comment though.
What's that? Space Smurfs is terrible, Cat.
Another one that doesn't like avatars.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's see what Palps has put. The problem with IPs, if they sat on the shelf, they're not making you money. You can't understand. You can understand owners wanted to make more cash. They should have quality over quantity. Well, yeah, there is that. And that's the thing but there is no reason why. I mean, Will Smith, you're telling me they couldn't really get Will Smith back? I mean, maybe Tommy Lee, I don't know if he's still acting, but
no,
everyone's got a price.
And it's easy to say, oh, Kay died or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to get rid of a character, honestly. Or he could make like a 2-point-second appearance and then write him off because something else happens. You know what I mean? There's ways around it.
He's gone, you could bring back Josh Brolin, the past Jay, to help in present day. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
there's a lot of stuff to do with it.
There's lots you can do. I completely get your point, Paps, but it's about, if you bring it back, I mean, sometimes, from my understanding, sometimes they just make films because they've only got so many years where they can hold the franchise, and if they don't make a film or something, they lose it.
Yeah.
So I don't fully understand how that works.
I don't know. It just feels like nowadays they rather play it safe. They're afraid to branch out and do new stuff, so they're just gonna recreate what we already have and redo it. That's what it kind of feels like. Is they're afraid to branch out because of changes with society and stuff. They're afraid of stepping on any toes and stuff, and they're afraid of doing this and that. Well, it's safer if we just remake everything or turn everything into a live action. That's how it comes across to me. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but that's what it seems like.
Mr. B there, I don't know if Will Smith will be getting hired anytime soon since the Chris Rock instance. So I listed that as one of his greatest hits on the films thing earlier.
No, hasn't he been banned for like 10 years? Or is that just award shows he's been banned from?
Oh, I don't know.
Because when it came out like a week later, they had said that he had a 10-year ban, but I can't remember if that meant just from any award show he has a ban, or is that from cinematically he's got, whatever.
Rob saying there, what happened there? If you're referring to the Will Smith thing, Chris Rock was on stage.
Yeah.
I believe Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, has alopecia, or at least she had a shaved head. but I think it's because she had alopecia, and
She
Chris
claims
Rock
it, but I don't know.
made a joke about her being in G.I. Jane 2, because Demi
Yeah.
Moore famously shaved her head for G.I. Jane. Will Smith got up, started shouting, "Keep my wife's name out of your flipping mouth." It was a different F word to that. And then he got up on stage and
it was on
gave
live
Chris-
TV.
on live TV, gave
Yeah.
Chris Rock a proper slap.
Yeah. I will say though, Chris handled that so well. Because I would not have reacted that way. You come at me, it's on. But he handled himself so well in that moment. So props to Chris Rock for that.
What's Kieran got here? Will Smith apparently making I Am Legend 2. That'd be interesting. I mean, didn't he? Anyway, we won't
How?
go too deep into it.
How? He's dead.
We won't go too deep into it because we're
Okay.
off the track of MIB now. But the thing is, it's Hollywood. Everyone loves a redemption story, so you can do something like that, and then it's a comeback story, and then it gets bigger than ever. You know, that's
Yeah.
Hollywood. Everyone.
Yeah. I mean, everybody kind of just, laughed it off or whatever. I was sitting, because I watch all the award show because I have no life. And I was just like, why? He didn't need to take it that far. But yeah, Rob, like I said, it was like a week or two after. It was this huge big thing that he's got like a bit, not just for the Oscars, any award show, he's got like a 10-year ban on, from what I remember.
But yeah, alas, we could add a section to the show where we do Hollywood gossip each show. I'd love it actually. It'd probably be really popular. But
Right.
we're almost on time, and we've done all the notes. We've done it. We're through it, mate.
Fantastic.
I Am Legend 2 is based on the alternate ending seen on the DVD. Okay.
I don't
so
remember
sort
that
of
alternative, but awesome. Good to know.
retconning itself.
Yeah.
So I want to say, firstly, audience, you've been fantastic. Thank you to those of you who've been here the whole way through. You've been great.
Thank you.
Sorry for the earlier technical hiccup with me muting myself, although I'm sure, as many of you said, it was blissful while it lasted. I will remind you all again, if you haven't and you could and you enjoyed it, could you hit the like button? Because YouTube really doesn't push my stuff at all. So if you could show YouTube that someone liked it, that'd be great. But no worries if not. It's completely your choice. And if you're not subscribed and you enjoyed...
they will hit the like button. Don't give them a choice. Hit the like button, people.
Well, if I had a neuralyze, then you'd forget this whole thing.
Right,
It doesn't really work, does it?
No.
So yeah, basically, audience, you've been great. Sorry we can't get to every single comment, but as always, I always read them and I appreciate you. You do make the show. Kat, have you got anything coming up on your channel?
I have a few surprise things that I'm not ready to talk about because I'm getting confirmations from certain people. But I do have some projects in the work that I will be hopefully announcing in the next 2 weeks or so. So be on the lookout for that on my page.
And Kat's channel is linked in the video description. Please do give her a follow if you don't already. For myself, Thursday night, I return with Shabby Geek, our Shabby, and we will be discussing Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the film he has picked. Looking forward to that. So yeah, please do join us for that. And as a few people have said in the comments, tomorrow night is Stu the Universal Toy Collector's pub quiz.
Yep.
I am featuring on that tomorrow, getting my ass absolutely handed to me and showing how little I know. So if you want to come and watch me get embarrassed from 8 p.m. tomorrow, GMT, jump on. I believe it's me, Keith Guppy, Emma Guppy, and Shabby, actually.
Awesome.
So come along, watch the madness. So yeah, check us out tomorrow. Check us out Thursday. Kat, you've been great. Chat, you've been great.
Yes.
And I think it's time for you and me to do the absolute awkward wave while we end the stream. But what I'm going to do for once, Kat, I'm going to actually, I say it, he's ruined it already. I'm going to bring up the outro video because I never do. There we go. So guys, you've been great. Kat, let's do the awkward wave and say goodbye. See you soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.